Friends, let us remember the goal of ours, Parabrahma Paramatma. Feel ardently that the truth should reveal to us, selecting us very soon. Let us remember the Lord in such an intense manner that He remembers us and blesses us by removing the avidya maya curtain. May we remember so intensely with gratitude all the Devata Gana that they are cordial to us, bless us to keep intact all our upadhis suitable for our sadhanas. Let all the rishis, right from the beginning, the Brahma Vidya Acharyas, Gurus, Guru Parampara, Guru Tattva, our own Swaguru, may we just remember them, pray to them again with full gratitudes that they have chosen us, gave a chance to us, guiding us, and we have to feel the regret and guilt definitely that we are not coming up to their expectation level. Yet, we can have that inner deep feeling that we will come to their expectation level slowly. O Guru, O Guru Tattva, Guru Parampara, along with forgiving us, please take us into your fold. Yes, we are slow to grow our progress, but we are certain to progress. With your grace alone, the mind, intellect are getting slowly molded for spiritual goal and means. Some more time it may take, but don't forsake us and allow us to get drowned again in the total samsara as we were earlier. No, please bless us. In the same way, now Shruti Mata, what can she do? She is already available for serving us like mother. It is we who have to go to her, request her, pray to her, make her. Bless us with this Shastra Jnanam, which is the only authority for us to accept the presence of spiritual truth and pursue it. There is no other way. Having saluted all of them with gratefulness, salutations, gratitudes to each of you, the great sadhakas, jignasus, the mumukshus, the shrotas, the bhaktas, the sevakas, and the shishyas of the Guru, and those who are desirous of living, establishing the Sanatana Dharma. Today's our 2-3 minutes discussion will be this only. It is a 500 years of tapasya of millions that Sri Rama Mandira after 10 days, 11 days from today. Today is 9, so exactly 13 days from today is going to be consecrated Prana Pratishtha. So, when so many individual bhaktas collectively pray, along with that, by again God's grace only, some they take initiative and follow the systematic means. What is ours definitely comes to us. This is a proof. It's a great celebration in the entire world of Sanatana Dharmins. Inexplicable that our Bhagwan Rama's mandir is going to come to bless us. More blessing. Already we have Lord Shiva Mandir, Vishwanatha, Bhagwan Krishna in Mathura, Vrindavan. So many thousands. Yeah, everywhere. Depending on the intensity of the bhaktas and the sankalpa with which they are praying, we are already blessed everywhere. Every state of ours has beautiful places for invoking divine grace. It is going on and the grace is coming and the people are getting benefited, blessed. Sri Rama Mandir also will be added in that list. More beautiful, wonderful. Because Rama lived as a human being and guiding us how to live as a human being, full human being. Even to know what it means, a full human being also is a great matured understanding. Rama guides in us. Now, the mandir will come, the hangama will be there a month before, a year after, or 2 years. Good. Entire country of Hindus will visit the temple by next 3 or 4 years. All foreigners also will come see and darshan. Pujas will go on. Good. But it should be only a beginning. Thereafter, what is more important is establishing the Ramarajya outside of Dharma, Rama Paramatma of Bhakti and Jnanam inside. Isn't it? Every individual should become the temple of Lord Rama in his own heart. He should discover Rama, establish Rama. Like we saw yesterday, how Bhagavan Vishnu is visualized in our hearts in the Sri Vishnu Bhujanga Priyata Stotram. That way, everyone discovering identity with the Rama in the heart, dedicated to the Rama, outside living life like Rama, a full dharma, isn't it? Every dharma Rama practiced. That dharma pratistapana, which is called as the Ramarajya Pratishtha, that should be the prayer of you and me. We all prayed, Mandira has come. Now, all the temples in all over the country and the world, the Devatas, let us pray to them. Let us worship them. Let us invoke them. Let us ask them. Let us pray. Our prayers to them is what? Let the Dharma Samstapana happen in the entire universe proper. Vyavaharika Dharma Samstapana, more so the internal, the spiritual Dharma Samstapana. When this prayer again starts, which is subtle, people want Ram Mandir, Rama Kripa comes, then Artha Kama Bhoga will be there. No, Bhagwan, Artha Kama to very least hai in the list of Bhagwan. Bhagwan is Dharma Moksha Hetu, isn't it? Then Artha Kama also. But they cannot be exclusive only goals at the cost of Dharma and Moksha, which is a sign of this useless Kali Yuga, isn't it? In Krita, Treta, Dwapara also, there were Artha and Kama, but not at the cost of Dharma and Moksha, isn't it? In Satyayuga, Moksha was predominant. Dharma, Artha, Kama were very less. In Treta Yuga, Dharma was predominant, followed by the Moksha, Artha, Kama were less. In Dwapara Yuga, Artha was predominant, followed by Dharma and Moksha, and Kamana lesser. Kali Yuga is only Kamana Purushartha, and for that Artha, Dharma and Moksha are almost forgotten. That's why even in the Moksha teaching institutions also, there is predominance preference to the Artha only. You can see that. And everybody wants riches, comforts, isn't it? Even all spiritual organizations, whatever the excuse they may give, bhaktas come to us, we have to provide them comforts. अब कुछ भी justification excuse दो, but in that the time attention is going for the artha, is it or not? This is how Kali Yuga, whatever. But then our prayers, you and I, who are studying the Upanishads, the Brahma Vidya, ours should be clarity. Our clarity is ultimately, even Rama also lived as human being, fulfilled all the dharma. It is outside. Inside is Sakshat Para Brahma, which we are studying every day through our Adhyatma Ramayana last 543 days. In the same way, Rama Mandira Sthapana should be a beginning for the Ramarajya Sthapana, where outside everybody is living the life of Dharma, including the leaders, the Rama Ityadi, Ram Jaise Sare leaders. Inside again, right from Rama up to the last person, live the life of spiritual unfoldment. Pursuit should be spiritual unfoldment. Goal should be that. Then what about the science and technology? It's all time pass. We will not stop any one of them. You karte raho. है ना? Because you have to sustain as a nation, as a race, protect from the destructive demons in all other parts of the world. Who knows if Rama Bhakti, Rama Jnana spreads all over the world, everyone becomes outside the Dharmatmas, inside the Tattva Jignasu, the whole globe can be Ramarajya. Why not pray for it? So beautiful, no? In this way, Nisvartata say, when we go on loving the entire world, all countries, all people, all humanity, and without any discretion, support all, isn't it? And support Dharma, support the non-violence, etc. Whole world will love us. Definitely. If not the leaders, the praja. Leaders have their own biasness, selfishness. बहुत होता है. This is all Kali Yuga, forget not. And the Maya Moha will be there. Doesn't matter. But then there can be a sankalpa, there can be a prayer that not only the Bharata Mata citizens, but the citizens of the entire globe can become dharmic outside, should become dharmic, and also should become spiritual. How will it happen? When the Rama message is spread all over the world. This is a beginning. Rama Mandira arrival is a beginning only. Lots to do, isn't it? And we should pray for such leaders, such organizers should come in future also. Better and better only should come as the time passes, then who are now taking responsibility, so that the better and better work happens in a better manner. So, welcome Lord Rama. Let us worship Rama in Ayodhya, also in every Rama Mandir all over the world, and all Devata Rupas of the Lord, not only Rama, establish that Lord Rama in our hearts and become purely spiritual goal oriented, along with the outer dharma lived. Let the planning happen for that, prachara happen for that, and it shall happen. We are only at the lowest level, thinking and doing our sankalpa. At the higher level, the great Mahatmas, Yogins, Siddha Purushas, karoda of them, they all are inviting Ram. That is why the Ramji is coming and रहेगा उसका महिमा for long time. And best prayers are what? Hindus should first get that sadbuddhi and live the life again as dharma, sadhana, who should inspire even others also. Thus, I can to visualize whole world will become the Ramarajya type in their inner and outer attitudes. More and more properly studied and created movies, serials, anecdotes, stories, songs, everything should come so much that everyone in the universe comes to know Bhagwan Rama, therefore Sanatana Dharma. This should be the goal. Let us never get satisfied by getting small little things only, gross things only, outer things only. And Ram Mandira, though from one angle it is the highest and greatest of the achievement happening in our lifetime. We are so fortunate to see. 500 years onwards, how many thousands have cried for it, prayed for it. वही लोग अभी हैं, अलग शरीर लेकर आए हैं. So from one standpoint, it is the highest achievement, but from the other one, it is only a beginning, not an end in itself. It's a beginning, should gloriously should bring that entire message of Rama. So I to first thing say, every of the school, college, every day the Ramayana should be taught. Rama Mahima should be taught. Rama values. In the first chapter, first Sarga only, Balakanda, those 16, 17 slokas should be made in the constitution. Because they talk about the divine qualities of Rama, around 60 to 80 qualities. We are seeing for our youth nowadays, 6 plus 5 plus 2, 13 values we saw. Today we'll be continuing. So, first suggestion is that. Second is Rama Upasana should be taught and Rama Nama Japa should be done all over the world. And then stop not at Rama level, discover the Rama to be the Sakshat Parabrahma. Okay, Avatar. Now also the Bhagwan is in different avatar of saints, sages, in a retail form doing work, but in those yugas of Kruta and Treta and Dwapara, Bhagwan has come as a wholesale way. And such avatars are always available when we worship to bless us. No necessary that again Treta Yuga alone should come for the Rama. राम अवतार के लिए त्रेता युग होगा, लेकिन राम अनुग्रह के लिए एनी युग वी कैन वर्शिप. So in whatever the way Rama Mahima spreads, Rama Bhakti spreads, Rama Adarsha spreads, Rama Tattva spreads, all of them have to be done more and more. So much Rama should spread that the Kama should go away from the hearts of the people, from the world around. Rama, Dharma, Atma, or Moksha. Only these should remain. Artha, what Artha you are talking? When one is in the Dharma and Moksha Purushartha, the requirements for the upadhis become minimized. No need of the Artha. Much. जितना चाहिए तो मिल ही रहा है. It is forgetting the Rama as Brahman and Rama as Dharma, that identifying with upadhis, having become slaves to the inner desires, that so much of the artha or the bhautikavada is growing, which is gone beyond limits long back, has become calamitous and destructive, which is not required. That will automatically be understood by the people when the dharma moksha through Rama Mandira is spread more and more. So these sankalpas you and I have to do. This is our contribution to Rama's arrival. We are at his feet, we are delighted. The Lord is coming. All our Adhyanam of Valmiki Ramayana, Tulasi Ramayana, Adhyatma Ramayana, and all Rama Sambandhi Stotras, whatever the Punya Sanchaya comes, all of that we are putting at the feet of Rama. This is how we at our small level welcomed you, O Lord. Please accept. That's our offering to Him. Then may He guide all of us further. पूरा जीवन राममय होना चाहिए सबका. Ha ha, wonderful, no? Then within a year's time only, maximum, the entire Kashi Vishwanath Mandir should also become as great as Rama Mandir. That will be the next target. You should select the same government again, then they will do both. The whole Mathura also fully big, as big as it was ours earlier. It has to be. Any thought against it is politically biased, selfish, or the Sanatana Dharma Shatrus who are talking like that. They are our पूजा स्थली, our आस्था है वो भाई. इतने साल छोड़ देना ही सबसे बड़ा गलती पाप हो गया. Now we can't, enough of it. And those Hindus also should realize the glory of Hinduism, study Shastra, know who is a Hindu, why he is called Sanatana Dharmi, and live all those outer inner rules and principles and dharmas. Make life beautiful. So, every individual's life should that way be blossomed and fulfilled. And like each flower blossoms in a garden, that flower also beautiful. The whole garden has different beauty. Now, that is a season also. Jan, Feb, March, you can see in India everywhere what a beautiful flowering. In the same way, every individual blossomed with Rama Bhakti, Rama Dharma, Rama Anubhuti through Rama Tattva. Make the whole country, why limited the country level, whole world also should be in that beautiful form of blossoming. Spiritual blossoming we are talking about. That is only antidote for the destructive, devilish things that are happening in the world. Isn't it? If it is not done, the wars, the hatreds, the vengeances, the selfishnesses, the arrogances that are there at the individual level and each nation's level will destroy the whole globe only. That's not a dignity of being human. है ना? मनुष्य होने के नाते हर जगह सुख शांति होनी है, डिस्ट्रक्शन नहीं होना. नो रशिया यूक्रेन वार, नो इजराइल पैलेस्टीन, नो वेयर इट शुड हैपन. हर जगह शांति सुख, भूल भूमंडल को ही स्वर्ग बनाना चाहिए. Isn't it? That's what our sankalpas, Baba. We prayed so far for Ram Mandir. That means what? When we pray, it will happen. Now we pray for Ramarajya Sthapana in terms of the outer dharma and inner moksha, wherein the artha kama are minimized and kept at a control level where they are not overpowering dharma and moksha. In the same way, spiritually, you and I must know that when individually we seek and we keep on trying, we will also be able to study the Upanishads, understand them, become deeper in our dhyana, abhyas, even the experience can come. The faith should become multifold with this event happening and the efforts also. Okay, more and more efforts. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavadu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम निधये सर्व विद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ओम करुणावरुणालय बालय मां भवसागरदुःखविदूनहृदं रचयाखिलदर्शनतत्त्वविदं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्. ओम ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. श्री ऐतरेय उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहिन्दवसंस्कृतेः शास्त्रसाधनानां मुक्तिमार्गाणां प्रक्रियाणां पुनरुत्थानजागरण समस्त विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति विश्व एकता शांति कल्याण पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां परिश्रमिणां गुरुरूप आचार्य रूप संस्था रूप आश्रम रूप सेवक रूप श्रेयोभिलाषिणः ये ये सन्ति तेषां सर्वेषां पूर्णायुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्यादि शक्ति संपदा सानुकूल्यता साधनानां प्राप्ति द्वारा बाह्य अभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा अनितर प्रेरणोत्साह द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये ऋग्वेदांतर्गत ऐतरेयोपनिषदः पारायणम् अध्ययनम् आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे साधना प्रयत्नमपि. ओम मनस्तावतमशान्त्यै यस्य पादनखच्छटा शरदिन्दुनिभाभाति तं वन्दे नीलचिन्मणिम्. ओम अथ श्रीऋग्वेदान्तर्गत इतरेयोपनिषद शान्तिमन्त्रः. ओम वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविरावेर्म एधि वेदस्य मणिस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवत्ववतु मामवतु वक्तारम् अवतु वक्तारम्. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम पारायणम् अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः द्वितीयः खण्डः. सेकंड खण्ड पारायणं वी आर डूइंग. Om Tayeta Devataha Srushtaha Asmin Mahatyarnave Prabhatan Tamashanaya Vipasabhyam Anmavarjata Tayenam Abruvan Ayatanam Nah Prajanihi Yasmin Pradishtitaha Annam Adama Iti Tabhyo Gam Anayatu ताब्रुवन्नवैनोयमलमिदे ताभ्यः अश्वमानयत् ता अब्रुवन्नवैनोयमलमिदे ताभ्यः पुरुषमानयत् ता ब्रुवन् सुकृतं वदेति पुरुषो वाव सुकृतं ता ब्रवीत् यथा आयतनं प्रविशद इति अग्निर्वाग् भूत्वा मुखं प्राविशद वायुः प्राणो भूत्वा नासिके प्राविशद आदित्यः चक्षुर्भूत्वा अक्षिणी प्राविशत् दिशः श्रोत्रं भूत्वा कर्णौ प्राविशन् ओषधि वनस्पतयो लोमानि भूत्वा तचं प्राविशन् चन्द्रमा मनो भूत्वा हृदयं प्राविशत् मृत्युरपानो भूत्वा नाभिं प्राविशत् आपो रेतो भूत्वा शिश्नं प्राविशन् तम् अशनाया पिपासे अभृताम् आभ्याम् अभिप्रजानीहि आवाभ्याम् अभिप्रजानीहि इति ते अब्रवीत् एतासु एव वां देवतासु आभजामि एतासु भागिन्यौ करोमि इति तस्मात् यस्यैकस्यै च देवतायै हविर्गृह्यते भागिन्यौ एव अस्या अस्याम् अशनाया पिपासे भवतः ओम शांतिः शांतिः शांतिः. Friends, first mantra is thoroughly seen by us. Now, किं पुनः तदेव एकम अनेकधा भिन्नम karanam इति उच्यते. What is that one karanam which is expressing anekadha rupena? Okay. As what? Chakshuhu, Granaha, Shrotram, Tvaku, Vani or Vak. Or not Vani. Vani also, but mainly the Rasana. Who is the one who is expressing? Be attentive. In the next sloka, that one is told and told that again that one is not one. He again within himself has a variety of Vedas at his level, but he also starts from something beyond himself. That is Atman. And the discussion, please remember, regarding which is the actual Atman to be worshipped and identified with. Everywhere, no? Which is the correct object to be bought, correct place to go, pilgrimage to go, correct, not collect, correct politician, political party to be elected to rule the nation. We should have the discrimination. In the same way, which is the correct Atman, of which we have to do Upasana. Upasana is to try our best and get identified with that Atman for our own liberation. Because these Adunatana sadhakas are vairagis, therefore they are mumukshus, therefore they are the jignasus. Now the mantra number 2. Let us chant and study it. Yadetad hrudayam manahacha etatu sangnyanam agnyanam vijnanam prajnanam medha drustihi drutihi matihi manisha jyotihi smrutihi sankalpaha kratuhu asuhu kamaha वशः इति सर्वाणि एव एतानि प्रज्ञानस्य नामधेयानि bhavanti. Be careful here only. So each of them are the modes of the mind. Moods of the mind. At that level, this mind itself is prajnanam. Okay. Again, in so many moods, moving mind itself again is not independent. Then what it is? It is, be attentive, generated in the Hrudayam. Before its generation, what is there in the Hrudayam is that Akasha. Which Akasha it is? Chidakasha. Okay? From Chidakasha, the Chittakasha came. From that Chittakasha, its outward expression only is the mana. Mana is the one which is going through all these said modifications in itself, which we call as various thoughts or feelings. Each one of them we are going to see. Such mana alone at each of the Golaka level, becoming Indriya and perceiving the outer world of objects. Therefore, outer world of objects, can they be the Atman? No. The perceiver of the outer world of objects, can the senses be the self or the Atman? No. Can the one who is appearing as the senses, sense organs, the mana with its so many modifications, can it be the Atman? No. Then what can be the Atman? That from where this mana also is coming out. In the search of it, we reach to a subtle experience. That subtlest experience is called Hridaya Akash. In that, the experience is of that pure, infinite, unconditional consciousness. That's called Prajnana. That Prajnana is the Brahman. These are all theory. Anyone who really pursues it with all gained self qualifications, he'll be able to reach it out and experience. Then he also will be like Aitareya, ahamannam, ahamannam. That ecstasy will be there. So now the mantra artha we saw yesterday, half of the Bhashya also we saw. Yad etat hrudayam manah cha etat. Okay, what is it which is appearing as so many indriyas? It is manah. But that mana is nothing but hridaya only. Yesterday we exhaustively discussed this. The extroverted consciousness or awareness is called as mind. The absolutely introverted, internalized mind is called the conscious, pure, real inner self. Hold on to these thoughts. These are the ones which help us on the seat of dhyana. When a question comes, what exactly the meaning of dhyana? What to do there? This is what we have to do. Subjectifying the mind. The more we subjectify the mind taking us nearest to the self, itself dissolves. In the dissolution of mind, the self is experienced, which is always we only. Then of this mana only, Sanjnana, Ajnana, Vijnana, Prajnana, Medha, Drushti, Dhruti, Mati, Manisha, Jyoti, Smriti, Sankalpa, Kratu, Asu, Kama, Vasha, iti, etc., etc. Only a few things are said in the list. Although 13, 14 are said, make a count. Sanjnana, Ajnana, Vijnana, Prajnana, Medha, Drushti, Dhruti, Mati, Manisha, Jyoti, Smriti, Sankalpa, Kratu, Asu, Kama, Vasha. 16 16 are told. इति सर्वाणि एव एतानि प्रज्ञानस्य नामधेयानि भवन्ति. So we are going through every day these emotions, every moment. They are all namadeyas, the names of the one mind only. Your mind is prajnana, the reflected consciousness. This is arising from where? The hridaya. At the hridaya level, all of them are nothing but pure consciousness. That is the real Atma. That is what should be meditated upon, realized and realized as ourselves. Now, yaduktam purastat prajanam retaha hridayam hridayasya retaha manaha, then manasaha srushtra abahacha varunacha hridayat manaha manasaha chandramaha. So in Purusha Suktam and in this particular Aitareya, in the beginning, the creation that was told, the Paramatma only expressing as the world, expressing as the Hiranyagarbha or Virat Purusha, and from that only the Golakas, from that only variety of Devatas came. Summing up of all of that is what? Tadeva etad hridayam manahacha. See, that hridayam alone is mana, ekameva tatu, though it is one, anekadha. It is appearing as so many. In its appearance of so many, at a certain level, these are the various modes of it. little grosser level, that alone is expressing as Indriyas. See, Yoga Darshanam, we'll see this topic again. That's why you see in the Swapna, do we see the world or not? Very much. Now, to see the world, the Indriyas are required or not? Very much. Are there Indriyas? There are not? Yeah. But at what level they are there? In the Mana level only, isn't it? Therefore, Mana only became Indriyas. Mana only became the seen world. And the seeing was going on in the Swapna. Just as so, here also in Jagrata Avastha, इंद्रिय के रूप में मन ही है. And the real cause is what? When the mana is not there, indriya doesn't function. That particular indriya, if there, the mind is not there. So all these prove that indriya shaktis are nothing but mano shakti only. Why this discussion? To reject the indriyas to be the Atman and to reach to the mind level. But the mind also is not the self. Beyond we have to go. Okay, up to this we have come. Tadeva etat hridayam manahacha. The heart only outward becomes mana. Mana becoming introverted becomes the heart. Here the heart means the hridaya akasha, and that is Shuddha Chaitanya. Those things we have to catch for completing the sentence without any ambiguity. Yeah, hridaya keh rahe, what is the hridaya? The place of Paramatma. What is Paramatma? Shuddha Chaitanya. Yeah. So tadetat तदेव एतद् हृदयं मनः च एकमेव तत् अनेकधा. Okay. Now etena antakaranena ekena. By this one antakarana only. What is happening? Chakshur bhutena rupam pashyati. He alone is becoming chakshu and seeing the rupa. Then shrotra bhutena shrunoti. By becoming the ear, he is listening the sounds. Grana bhutena jighrati. By becoming the indriya grana, smelling. Vak bhutena vadati. Becoming the speech, karmendriya vadati. This antakarana only speaking. He alone, jihva bhutena, having becoming the tongue, rasayati. Tastes. Sveda eva vikalpana rupena manasa vikalpaya. Now the next introduction is this. Svena eva vikalpana rupena. Earlier was becoming as indriyas. Now, without becoming indriya, at its own self, vikalpayati. Those are the vikalpas which were listed in the shloka. So, vikalpayati, manasa vikalpayati, then hrudaya rupena adhyavasyati. Then it alone in the hrudaya rupa, here hrudaya is buddhi rupena adhyavasyati, it decides. And that antakarana only vikalpayati, at that stage it is called as mind. That antakarana only decides. Adhyavasaya is nirdayam, nischaya. That time it is called as buddhi. Okay. Tasmat. Therefore, sarva karana vishaya vyaparakam ekameva idam karanam. Sarva upalabdhi artham upalabdhu. Upalabdhu for the perceiver, for the experiencer, upalabdhyartham for the upalabdhi or the experience, sarva upalabdhyartham for him to experience anything or everything, sarva karna vishaya vyaparakam ekameva idam karana. Though it is manifesting as so many karanas, but it is one only. So I am there. I have to have so many anubhutis. For me to have so many anubhutis, karanam is one only. That one karanam only, when it is at the adhyavasaya sthiti, it is called buddhi. When it is vikalpayati sthiti, it is the mana. When it is at the various indriya sthiti, it only is becoming indriyas, perceiving the world. And the world of sounds with the ears, forms with the eyes, taste with the tongue, etc. See that clarity of this thought. This has to be caught and this has to be contemplated. On the contemplated seat, this is realized by us. Yeah, it is so. Karke pata chal jata. And whatever Upanishads teach, they are not teaching anything new. They are only teaching what is there already, of which we are not aware. याद रखना, कोई भी हमारे शास्त्र जो चीज नहीं है उसको नहीं दिखाते या दर्शाते या पढ़ाते सिखाते. जो ऑलरेडी है उसी को बढ़ा रहे हो. what is happening in us, of which we are non-aware, we are made to become aware of. Now feel more deeply inside. I, the pure consciousness, objectified is antakarana. Again, the me only the antakarana, within itself, when it is doing sankalpa vikalpa, becoming mind. So doing adhyavasaya, it is becoming chitta, buddhi. Memory ke level mein, it is becoming chitta, let us say. And that alone, that antakarana only, eye level becoming the chakshu indriya, ear level shrotra indriya, nose level grana indriya, tongue level rasana indriya, skin level the tvag indriya. See, therefore, who are the indriyas? Paramatman only. But at the indriya level, it doesn't appear. They are diversed, they are perceivers of the outer world of things, they create the differences, etc. They have the chance of binding us in the absence of the experience of the one self. When one self is experienced, the experience and the consequent expressions are like this Rishi who is saying these mantras. He is experiencing the self. He is saying that the objectified self only antakarana. Antakarana at different functional level is manabuddhi chitta ahankara as well as the indriyas. It is his experience. He is telling us. Now is he having antakarana or not? Very much there. Indriyas are not? Yeah. So with them is perceiving the world or not? Yes. Therefore he has got samsara like us? No. Why no samsara? Because samsara will come when the pure self is forgotten. These things are taken as self, and the life is lived at this level, and through that only trying to eke out permanent happiness. This is samsari lakshana. What is this? The sage? He has discovered the self. In the self is there is infinite bliss. So already he is experiencing the bliss. Then what is the need of him expressing through the antakarana and all? It is only a leela. Neither to gain anything nor to lose anything. है ना? That is called the moksha sthiti where loss and gain are meaningless. है ना? When you give value to the loss, then also we are in samsara. When you give value to the gain, then also samsara. And these loss and gain are such funny duality, one after the other keep on coming. We are lost in it, therefore we are samsarins. Because we are not complete. What is completeness? Experiencing the infinite self. He is experiencing it. Therefore, his expression as the antakarana, etc., is neither to lose anything nor to gain anything. Like some very highly rich people, they invest money in some company or some thing, neither to gain or lose, just like that. नुकसान हो गया साहब कोई गल नहीं, but profit भी आ गया कोई फर्क नहीं. Because they have such a bank balance or things that these small little gains losses have no meaning. But still why they do? मजाक के लिए, मस्ती के लिए. Same way Paramatma expressing his glory in the form of the gross outer world as well as the faculties, not to gain anything or lose. With that Paramatma, when we become identified, experiencing as ourselves, our attitude also toward the whole world appears like this, becomes like this. That there is nothing to lose or gain in this world. Yet the play goes on. That's called the state of moksha. State of moksha has both the things. Experience the self primary, then the play in the world without any purpose. Now we have a purpose of gaining, losing. That purpose, if it can be made as the purpose of knowing the self, we have become sadhakas. If the purpose is to gain the outer objects of the world, we are samsarins. And the purpose of gaining the self when it is fulfilled, the Siddha. Siddha Purusha's Lakshana is Purna Ananda Swarupa. Will he continue in the world? Continues. Will he perceive the world like us? Yeah. Will he interact? Yes. Then is he a samsari? No. Why? Because he is doing that not to gain anything or lose. Why? He is already in the infinite self. Interesting. Like somebody has become prime minister. No, there is nothing more sought beyond that. After being so, you'll only express his glory in serving the country. इज इट? उससे बड़ा कुछ नहीं ना, बाकी को वो बनने की इच्छा होती है, इसलिए गठबंधन बनाते जाते, लड़ते रहते. Once one has become the top, there's nothing to be achieved. Everything else is a glory of expression of the top. बढ़िया है कि नहीं? So to once recognize the self, it is the topmost achievement. After that, there's nothing to be achieved. Only glory is expressed. Think about these things and get convinced about the goal for the Paramatma Tattva Anubhuti. Let it take 100 lives, doesn't matter. Isn't it? Because only when the theory is pakka, inspiration will be there to start sadhana in that direction. Remember, from now onwards for us, every spiritual practice is not sadhana. Then, any spiritual practice which is taking us to the revelation of the self, that alone we call it as sadhana. Therefore, the sadhana is an attitude. I am doing japa. For what? To get the God's grace. So that what? I will be successful in my vyapara. Then it is not sadhana. I am doing japa. For what? For the antakara shuddhi. For what? Internal meditation. For what? Knowing the self. Then the same japa, now it is sadhana. Atma Anubhuti, Artham, whatever is done alone should be labeled by us as sadhana from now onwards. And that sadhana alone we must do. Everything is done on the name of sadhana, again is, again is problem only. Like Ram Mandira is being made. If it is made with Rama Bhakti, it's absolutely correct, welcomed, accepted. But if it is made with a political stunt, then it will boomerang one day or the other to whoever. है कि नहीं? वहां नियत साफ होना चाहिए. Isn't it? राम जी के लिए राम मंदिर बनना चाहिए, राजनीति के लिए नहीं. उसका इसका मिक्सअप नहीं करना. We have to very careful to demarcate. In you and I also, never ever say that one particular party brought the Ram Mandir. No, every human beings, Indians, Hindus, Sanatan Dharmis, prayers made the Rama to come again because of the conduciveness, of course, in that political scenario. They are not favorable, but then they were not obstructing like the earlier governments were obstructing. In the earlier governments, everybody knows that Ram Mandir was there. Then why didn't they give? They were obstructing, they were biased. So those political governments were obstructing, these did not become obstruction. Therefore, the Rama came. Therefore, whose effort the Rama came for? Because of every of the Hindus' prayers. Sanatan Dharmi. Nothing to do with politics. Mix up नहीं करना उसको इसको. अनर्थ हो जाएगा. In the same way, our sadhana should be only for Paramatma. Then only there is no confusion. After understanding all these sacred, beautiful things. Now, tatacha kaushitakinam. Now, is it understood? Outer world of perceived objects, Indriyas perceiving them. Mana is the one through Indriyas perceiving, and the self is their consciousness in the Hridaya, which is functioning through the mind. So far, this was the knowledge we had. This is a little lower level. The higher level is the consciousness alone is mind. Mind alone are the Indriyas. Indriyas are the ones which are seeing the world. The world also from the other side, Paramatma's Maya Shakti's expression only. That is why 100 times we say on one Paramatma only, Drashta, Drishyam, both are projected. What is Paramatma then? That state where both of them are transcended. Drishya and Drashta. And mainly we have to transcend Drashta. But without transcending the Drishya or giving up Drishya, Drashta cannot be transcended. That's why the whole Drishya is given up through Viveka Vairagya. In whatever the intellectual way you think about. ये नश्वर है, ये बंधन कारक है, सब सत्य है. कोई भी यूज करो उसका. तो any one of those means detached from the Drishya, to that extent, Drashta also gets quieted. When the Drashta Drishya gone, who is there is Druk Swarupa Paramatma. He is Druk Swarupa. That is an Atman with which we have to identify. This is how this group of Adhunatana sadhakas meditating, contemplating. So now up to this they came. Hrudayam itself is Manaha. Mana alone is Indriyas. Therefore, for the Upalabdhuhu, for Sarva Upalabdhyartham, Eka Karana eva Anekadha. This is a conclusion up to this point. What was the last line? Tasmat Sarva Karana Vishaya Vyaparakam Ekam Idam Karanam. Sarva Karana Vishaya Vyaparakam Idam Ekam Karanam. There are no many Karanams. And eyes, ears, and nose. Like there are so many individual departments in central government. Central government is one only functioning in all those departments. In the same way, ekam karanam sarva upalabdhyartham and upalabdhu. For the upalabdhu, the experiencer, sarva upalabdhyartham, for experiencing everything, karanam is one only, which is doing aneka vyapara. Sarva karana vishaya vyapara karanam ekamidam karanam. This is what subtle understanding. But the experience is already going on so far without our understanding. Like the whole physiological functions are going on happening without any understanding. But when the study was done, the understanding is developed, then health, disease, all of them are understood. Then the medication was discovered with which the health is being maintained. And without understanding only, the things were happening in the world. After understanding, they were properly utilized. In the river flow, it's going on happening without our thinking, understanding. Once it is understood, the person is pani aata hai, then you make a dam, then you make a canals, and all that goes on. Here also, what's happening in us alone is highlighted, nothing new. That we have to become aware. Now, beautiful quotations are given here for us to tell that all indriyas are nothing but mana, only in different expressions, and mana is nothing but hridaya sthita paramatma. That paramatma anubhuti is moksha hetu. For that, vishayas we have to transcend, indriyas we have to transcend, mana we have to transcend in our identity as an atman. We are now at the indriya sharira level as an atma, only living this 100%. To even come to the level of mana, for which give up the indriya deha tadatmyata, is a great struggle. Not once in a while, but with full conviction, continuously. Then we go inside the heart, beyond the mind, to recognize this self. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 6 quotations are given to us to tell this point so beautifully. And तथा च कौशीतकीनाम, and in the Kaushitaka Upanishad, what is said here, है ना, कि प्रज्ञया वाचम समारोह्य वाचा सर्वाणि नामानि आपनोति. देखो, प्रज्ञया वाचम समारोह्य वाचा सर्वाणि नामानि आपनोति. प्रज्ञया वाचम समारोह्य means by consciousness riding the Vani, so many speeches are being spoken. Who? The speaker. The speaker, I, bringing my own self called consciousness, Aruda seated on the Vani, I alone am speaking so many words. Prajnaya vacham arudya aruhya. Prajnaya vacham samaruhya vacha sarvani namani apnoti. So I am talking so many words. Who is talking? My own speaking organ. But is that speaking organ without my mind? No. Is the mind without me, the conscious self? No. So here, the conscious self only through the mind, through the speech is speaking. Without consciousness, nothing can happen. Our goal is neither the spoken words, nor the speech, nor the mind. Beyond it. That is the actual self. Having reached to that in identity, you play the play as we discussed 15 minutes, 10 minutes back. Very exhaustive was that 10 minutes of discussion. Another quotation कि प्रज्ञया चक्षुः समारुह्य चक्षुषा सर्वाणि रूपाणि आपनोति इत्यादि. In that Kaushidika Upanishad, with every organ it is said. Okay, so I, the conscious self, became the prajna, the mind. That prajna itself is mounting the steed, let us say here, of the chakshu, which is, what is the meaning of that? मन चक्षु नामक घोड़े पर बैठकर बाहर के रूपों को देख रहा है का अर्थ क्या हुआ? माइंड अलोन इज बिकमिंग द चक्षु दे. वहां आरोहण करना इज नॉट लाइक सम डिफरेंट पर्सन इज देयर हु इज माउंटिंग द स्टीड ऑफ द हॉर्स. So second one, you see, prajnaya means by through the medium. Here prajna is the mind, not the prajnanam brahma. अभी वहां तक हम नहीं पहुंचे. प्रज्ञया चक्षु समारोह्य. No, chakshusha sarvani rupani apnoti. All the rupas are seen. By whom? By the conscious self. But that when the consciousness reflected individual ego called you and I, they are jiva, when he claims, then he becomes jiva, then he says they are all my darshanas through indriyas, then he gets lost in the likes, dislikes, and he becomes samsari. Otherwise, it's a play going on. The pure consciousness becoming mind, mind becoming senses, senses seeing the world. There is nothing to lose or gain. With the presence of the world, presence of senses, presence of the mind, self expressing through all of that. That's how the whole world is nothing but the glory of the glorious divine. Without any purpose. Purpose is the one is for the one who is finite. Finite is Jiva Bhava. As long as Jiva Bhava remains, finitude will be there. As long as finitude is there, there is purpose attributed to the world and life. Where there is purpose, it's called samsara. When that purpose becomes knowing Paramatma, it becomes sadhana. When the sadhana gets fulfilled, Paramatma experience. After experiencing Paramatma, the expression of his glory goes on without any purpose. And there's no purpose for Lord Surya to move, no purpose for the ocean to wave, no purpose for the clouds to rain. It's just happening. The divine infinite glory going on. In our own body, all physiological functions, just they are going on. Maintaining the body, that's it. Even that you can't call as purpose. It's just there. The moment individuality comes, purpose comes. The moment the purpose comes, individuality. Purpose is called desire. Limited alone can have the desire. Grosser alone can have desire. Many, wherever it is there, there alone is desire. In the unlimited, pure, subtler, one without second self, there cannot be desire or purpose. Yet the world is expressed. Show his glory. भगवान का अद्भुत इस महिमा शक्ति का प्रकटीकरण ही पूरा जगत है बस. Now just see, if we establish in this thought how much the agitations, disturbances, distractions of the mind have gone with the intellectual understanding. But really, if you reach to that core of the self, on our seat of meditation, reaching to core of the self means taking our identity to that level. The life is realized. Self is realized and life is fulfilled. Then some more are there. Vajasane ekame manasa hiyeva pashyati manasa shrunoti hridayane rupani janati ityadi. Beautiful topic. This is, don't miss tomorrow's class. Okay, in that the continuation of this will be done. Then the explanation of every of the word, संज्ञानम, आज्ञानम, प्रज्ञानम, ये सारे हमको बताए जाते, which are nothing but our own various modes of the mind at different levels for different purposes. And the purposes are no purpose of the Lord. No purpose. It's just like that. Now, in that Aitareya beginning also, I think in Mundaka beginning also, in the Sambandha Bhashya, we have studied it. है कि नहीं? What was studied was Apta Kama Paramatma, Purna Paramatma. When he creates the creation, it was not out of his incompleteness. The difference between Bhagavan's desire and our desire. Sa ikshate me lokanu. Here also, and there in the Aitareya and Mandukya me, Mundak Mandukya me. In the beginning it is said. What is the difference between Bhagavan's iksha or ichha? Uh, our ichha. Our ichha are from the limitations to become infinite, unlimited. Bhagavan's ichha is not for that. That's the difference between his ichha and ours. That's why we are bound by our desires when they are not fulfilled. He is not bound by his desires because he's already infinite. These little subtle things, when we grasp, we are truly becoming Vedantins. And this Vedantic knowledge, once it clicks, it's a Vihanga marga. You just close eyes, open, you are one with Brahman. The other paths slowly have to come to this level. भागा दौड़ी करके लड़ाई झगड़ा करके धक्का मुक्का खाके and then you have to do all चित्तवृत्ति निरोधा योग every tension. भक्ति भगवान की चरण में पीड़ा वो कहते हैं अब नहीं 10 जन्म के बाद करता हूँ blessing. ये Vedanta says I not I myself am Brahman. I'll meditate and realize I'll not be bound by the yoga chittavritti and all crying in front of God. I'll meditate it. I'll make them majboor to bless me. Not that I majboor be at their feet and beck and call. No. Vedanta says I am Brahman, I'll realize it. That is audacity. Not arrogance. I am Brahman. Those who cannot be that highest level of Vedantis, then they hold on the feet of the Guru and the God. They're all at lower level sadhanas. We are at lower level. Therefore we need them. But the higher level, I am the Brahman, I am the self, let me become introverted. Not out of arrogance, but the confidence. Oh, it can be done. We'll see beautiful things tomorrow. Om, 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 Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamada Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Paramanushambhyo Parabrahmane श्रुतिमात्रे नमः तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Thank you.